Hello. Hi everyone. Am I coming through okay? Is everything working? We'll play some Captain's Chair if it is. I was just fiddling about with settings, but hopefully it's all alright now. Hi everyone that's here. Hey James. Hey Lynette. Hey Didi. So I am playing, well, Star Trek Captain's Chair, but I am going to be playing as Picard, who is the least complex of the captains, and I am going to be playing against, I think, the second least complex of the captains, but it shouldn't matter for the bot. Will this camera work properly? Shran! Is that going to have focus? It's very small on my screen. Go bigger, please. Let's fix things right now. Why have you gone all blurry? It's going to be very important that we see these cards. There we go. Focus fixed. So, you can see like a little practice that I did ages and ages ago now, because you don't have to play against a bot, especially while you're learning the game, learning the captain. You can play this cadet training mode where you basically got 11 rounds to play it. You assume the bot that doesn't really exist has one of everything if you ever need to steal things, compete for planets and stuff, but other than that, you're just taking your turns and that's that. In the bot game, it works a lot like, and in a similar way, the main game is a lot like Imperium, because it's built off the core systems of Imperium, but it's got its own twists and differences to that. It's not just like a complete reskin of stuff. There are planets we're competing over for a start. There's a variable length to all of these different rounds. But the thing that you'll recognise if you're an Imperium player is the bot cards. So rather than care about what any of the cards do, they'll be running down these bot cards looking for the first thing that applies and doing a special thing based on what the bot's personality is. And from looking at it, it feels like Shran really wants to fight. So I don't know how we'll deal with that, but we'll find out, won't we? Hey, Mr. Horseshoe, how's it going? So, yeah, before we get started, thanks, James. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon, you can do it on Ko-fi. I'm able to do stuff. This isn't a sponsored video, but it did get, I think, the joint second most votes in this month's playthrough vote. So here it is, and yeah, if you enjoy watching some Captain's Chair, then there's plenty of scope to do more for it as well, because there are plenty of different captains in this. They've all got their own little, like, similar to the civs that are in Imperium. There's a lot about all of the different captains that are in this, their complexities, their different little quirks. So you can play as a load of different ones. Even if I just stayed as Picard to keep practicing, I could be playing against all of these different ones and their different personalities. And I'm pretty sure, there will be, like, I don't think there's been anything officially announced yet, but there's going to be more Star Trek Captain's Chair. It will depend on how well this has done sales wise, ultimately. But come on, it's got to have done well, hasn't it? It's a already great game, and it's got new bits, and it's got Star Trek on it. Top tip for facing Shran: he hoovers up cargo like nobody's business. Don't put glory on it. Thank you. So I will not put glory on any cargo. Right then. So I should talk about this in case you haven't seen the Patreon only stream that was ages and ages ago. So we go through phases of a round. I'm the first player, and everything that I'm doing, it would be the same for if I was in the cadet mode, if I was playing the 2-player mode, because this is a 1 or 2-player game. So we resupply all of the cards that we've got out here. This is my hand that I'm just showing you out the goodness of my heart. Anything that I've got out on the table with resupply on it happens now. Haven't got anything at the moment, but if, for example, Riker was out here, is my duty officer, he has a resupply on him. All your resupply stuff has to happen now. Then we check control, maximum of one thing. We look at these 3 planets here. At the start of the game, these 3 and the top 1 of the deck are starting planets, and then the rest are advanced planets. You check to see if you have got control of a planet. You've got control of a planet if you have got at least 2 more than the other person that's on there. I think you've got to have at least 3. Oh, this big preview is going to get in the way of the stuff I actually need to see. We're going to trust that stuff is in focus now, and that the game is showing me all of this stuff. So yeah, you need at least 3 or more tokens on here. They can be your away team that you've sent. They can be ships that you've sent. At least 3 things on there, and 2 or more than your opponent. As I said, in the cadet training mode, that's worked out a little bit differently. But in the bot game, it's just as if it was a 2-player game. We need to have actual tokens on there. So at the start of the game, nobody's got anything on any of these planets. So we can go straight to the actions. We have got 3 actions that we can take. These are the action tokens. They're fancy. They're plastic. They're related to something that's part of a bit of Star Trek that I haven't seen, which, to be fair, is most of it. But I've seen a bit. I enjoyed what I've seen. So it's not limited, though, that you can do 3 things. You've got 3 actions. But if we zoom in on my hand right now, that's hopefully all nice and visible. So these are from Picard's particular deck. They've all got this available at the bottom and a little picture of him doing his hand thing. So all of these cards can be used for their text on them. That's kind of, there's a ton that you can do in this game, but it's basically like pick a card and do a thing that is on that card. But you see, like, if I was to do diplomacy over here, I've got 2 options if I want to play this card. I could spend a dilithium crystal to draw 2 cards, discard 1 of them, and gain some influence. I've got 3 tracks on my board, doing my research, my influence, and my military. Advancing in these will unlock more powerful things on cards that I can gain, and they will make certain cards worth more points at the end of the game. So this plasma manifold over here, it's got this military symbol and then a question mark. It's worth 1 point to me at the end of the game. But if I really, really advance in my military focus, then I can make it worth 5 points each at the end of the game. But also you can see, like, say, Moriarty here. He's got a special ability that can only be played if you've got at least 5 research. So that's why we want to advance in those. So I can play it to draw me cards and gain one of those things. Or I can play it to gain an ally, a new card, and log this card. So I'd get rid of this card. But you see a big difference is one of them has got the action symbol on it. So that costs 1 of my 3 actions. If I choose the top action, if I choose the top option, it doesn't cost an action. So yeah, 3 actions is just 3 things that require that particular symbol on there. So what was I thinking before I got started? They're isolinear computer chips. I wonder if I saw them. So I've only seen the first 2 seasons of Next Generation. I actually saw a lot of the first season of the original series, but that was quite a while ago now. It's more recent, the Next Generation. So, I have seen in the display up here, which there's a little board and there's like some decks of cards. We don't need to see those. I'd rather be more zoomed in on cards. This is the market over here. When I gain things, they can be from the top of the deck, but this ship here, it's a Starfleet ship. That's something I quite like. And its special ability, just the excitement of this has made me want to get this card and devote my whole strategy to it, is discard a card to deploy this ship and gain a glory. Glory is the points of the game. It's one of the many ways to gain it. If it's a Tuesday, you can send an away team to a location. That seems pretty cool. It is a Tuesday, unusually for me being live. Usually it's on a Thursday. But yeah, Picard's big thing is allies right now. I'm playing on the basic side. There's also an advanced side that makes these worth fewer points and gives him multiple missions he can complete. He has got one mission in this game. Not that button. That button, please. He's got one mission here, peace negotiations. My goal is to have 3 allies on the same ship and at least 2 of my tracks at 4 or more to get a reward, and then I've done my mission. Picard also gives you points if you've got allies at the end of the game. So I want to recruit allies if you can. Diplomacy is a way that I can recruit allies. But I've also got... See, Analyze over here can get me a ship. Riker can help me play a ship for free, not needed in action if I make him my second in command. And he helps me advance my deck a bit quicker as well. With Worf, so that ship would let me send an away team to a location. Worf would let me send 2 more away teams. I'd be taking a couple of incidents on, but if we can get Beverly Crusher, who we can get later on, that would help me get rid of my incidents. She doesn't start off in your deck, but she ends up in your reserves. That could be something cool to do. I like that as an idea. It's the only idea I've had right now. And get allies is another idea. Of the planets that have come out here, I really like Ancient Relay Station. Because when you take control of it, so seeing the control thing, at that phase in the round, if you've got at least 3 things and 2 more than anyone else, you take control of it, you bring it into your player area, and we bring a new one out. This one here, it's helpful to have these symbols. They help you advance on the tracks. But when you take control of it, you can put a card on top of your deck and spend an action to enlist a development. Developments are cards that we don't usually get access to for ages. But we've also got Beta Z here. That's where the Troys come from, right? This will give me loads of influence symbols. And it would give me 2... They're not dilithium crystals, latinum. I remember that. And this is worth 3 points as well. So they're both quite nice planets to go for. So I think, let's try and work out this plan then. This is going to end up getting me incidents, but it's a quick planet, I think. So we've got our captain here. This is how somebody stays out. One of our many activations that you can use on cards that you've got in play, so not in your hand, out here. I can tap this to use one of its activations, and it's got 3 different activations on it. Does this angle show things right? We can move you up a little bit. Move up a little bit, please. Cooperate with me, mouse. So one of its 3 things is, I can promote a person from my hand to be the duty officer. I can only have 1 duty officer for now. There is a development where I can have another one. So I'm not playing this card. So all this stuff about play him to do all of these effects, I don't get to do that. But this didn't cost me an action. That's an activation from one of my already out ships, because that starts the game out. It's a deployed card. So I haven't spent an action yet. I think we'll be spending one to play Analyze. So take an incident to gain a ship. Because another one of Riker's abilities is free player ship with Starfleet. That's a Starfleet ship. It's the Enterprise B. This is the Enterprise D. So take an incident. We have a pile of nasty incidents. And this is going to be bad. This is something to gum up my deck, and I'm probably going to have to do something unfortunate to get rid of it. So we have experienced an energy drain while analysing for this new ship. We have experienced an energy drain, and so this is worth -2 points to me. I'm going to draw it if it ends up in my discard piles and stuff. It's a waste of my space. It's -2 points, and to get rid of it, I've got to spend an action and 2 dilithium crystals to return this card. If I have an engineer in play when I do, though, I can have an action back. I do not have an engineer yet. So I've gained that, but I'm also going to gain this ship. So take means it goes into your hand. I took an incident to gain a ship. Oh, so I'm not going to be able to play it right away, am I? So, does that mess up your plan completely? A little bit. It's probably going to take a turn, isn't it? I could just play the ship. So when you gain something, it goes either on the top of your deck or in the discard pile. So if I put it in the discard pile, I can use Riker's ability, which we can just about see. I was going to activate him to free play the ship, but I could instead activate him to draw a ship from my discard pile. And I could either keep this in hand until next turn and play it for free, or I could just play it now. It would help to warp ships as well. So that's in my hand with all of this other stuff. This I'll just put off to the side. I've played that. That's in my staging area. Is it max 3 actions per turn? It is, but some things don't cost actions. They only cost an action if the thing you're doing has the action symbol next to it. So the only one I've spent so far is to play that analyze card to get the ship and the incident. All the other stuff I've done, well, this should be refreshed. It's a Borg probe. All the other stuff I've done has not cost an action so far. So if I want control of this planet, and of course, getting like Shran might do something to annoy me. But I think Worf will get me 2 people out on this planet. So I'm going to take another incident. 2 incidents, turn 1. We've had a whale probe incursion. So I can play this. Attack. Recall a deployed ship if you can. Force your opponent to recall a deployed ship. If you have a creature in play, return this card. Oh, but if the bot gets it, the bot's got a special surprise thing. They're not very nice. So 2 incidents right away. And discard it. So I don't even have the option to sort that out this turn. Discard the top card of your deck, which we're not going to be able to set a course, but we get through the deck quicker, which will get me to my reserve cards. Send 2 away teams to a neutral location. So not one that I control. Something neutral. I think Ancient Relay Station is quite nice. What's a development I would really like? I've got my developments laid out here so I can remember what they actually do. It's that one. So I'd like some crystals at some point. Okay, so we've still got 1 left. So I can play the ship, and that would let me send an away team out. I would like to utilise to advance on tracks, but that's probably better done when I've got more symbols about. Yeah, you can also warp the... So I could have spent a crystal to warp the ship to the planet, and the ship counts as a token that's out there. But I want my Riker for now. I think, yeah, let's do this. Discard a card to deploy this ship. We're not getting rid of energy drain anytime soon. Discard it. And gain a glory. We start the game with a glory. Now I've got 2. And I want more than the bot. If it's a Tuesday, which it is, you may send an away team to a location. So my opponent still might get in the way of this. But for now... So you go into my deploy zone. And I can still warp this. If I wanted to, I can discard a card to beam here. I can log a person from my hand or staging area. So log goes under the captain and is gone for the rest of the game. But they're still worth points at the end. So the person would be gone forever. I don't have someone I can do that with. But it could be someone that I've played to draw a card and gain an action. That's pretty big. Not for now, but for later. So, I've had me 3 actions now. Could I do some more free things? I could spend a crystal to draw 2 cards, discard 1, and advance on this track. But I probably want to gain an ally next time with them. So I don't think I'm going to do any of these. I might keep hold of both of these cards, though. So in cleanup, we resolve the Stardate. Here's the Stardate card, this top one here. I'm playing against the lowest difficulty of the... Oh yeah, I didn't take glory from the card, did I? Thanks for that. I'm too used to the cadet. When you gain glory, it needs to come from the Stardate card. So you might have been given a Stardate card if the other player has gotten rid of all of the tokens off it. You would resolve that now. I haven't, so then we place glory. 1 glory comes off this card, 6 is on it at the start of the game. And I need to pop it on one of these cards. I'm hoping to gain an ally. And Lynette's already warned me that Shran is going to go for cargo. So it's a risk because he might end up taking this ally that looks like a nice ally, the Denobulans. So I'm going to pop it on there. So that card is worth an extra point now, an extra glory. And then discard and draw. So everything that I played and is in my staging area gets discarded. Everything else, it's my choice whether I want to discard those or not. Now, I would like to be advancing on tracks. I would like to be gaining an ally. If I discard one of them, we'll get a reserve card in. Oh, but you want... Oh no, so that's okay. I'm just thinking, how am I going to afford that development? Going to have to give up a point, but it'll be okay. If we discard one of the cards, we'll be able to get a reserve card. I think I'm going to do that. Discard my advance on the tracks, which I do want to do, but we'll hopefully get some symbols. So I'm going to keep diplomacy in my hand, and then we refill up to the hand limit. It's 5. So draw everything that's left in my deck. We haven't got any deck left, so take the discard pile, shuffle it up, but then we have a special pile of reserve cards that was shuffled at the top of the game. Top card from the reserve goes on top of your deck, and it's basically going to be the first thing that you draw. And it is Beverly Crusher, so she is good at getting rid of incidents from your discard pile. Unfortunately, I've just shuffled. But if she's out, she's got a nice reaction. When you take an incident, discard a different card to return it and gain a glory. So I don't have to get any of that stuff out. Oh yeah, I've got rid of the Enterprise B, haven't I? And why I've gathered that. I think it's because it had an action token on it. I've just scooped up everything with an action token on it, haven't I? So yeah, everyone resets as well and is ready again. That's my hand, and we can move over to Shran. Here he is. So, you can't quite see it, but the Stardate card has got this big number 2 in it. This is how many actions the bot is going to take. So it's going to change as we go through the game. So he has got a deck as well. We draw 2 cards from his deck, and they're going to be the things that he is going to do on his turn. So, let me tab out so I can zoom in a bit there and really make this this card big. So I'll turn over his first card, and he has got 2 cards to help him resolve these things. He doesn't need action tokens. He's not got missions to do, anything like that. He's got a traits card and a suits card. First of all, we go down the card that he drew and look for, does this trait appear on this card at all? Does he care about it? His kind of priority things. If the card's got a surprise on it, that kind of overrides everything. If he's not got a trait that applies to, which it doesn't actually, Andorian, weapon, attack, business, ambassador. No, it hasn't. So then we go to the suits card, which it's going to apply to. This has got 2 sides. When he gets a duty officer, we flip this over and it does more powerful actions. But for now, he hasn't got a duty officer. So we go down this. It's not an incident, it's a ship. Deploy this ship. It explores. So, the bot is going to explore and try and he's going to put his ship out there. So here's his ship token. He is going to warp to the neutral location with the fewest total tokens, which he could stop me from getting that actually, but he wants to try and get a foothold on himself. So he's going to go to one of these 2 planets. If there's a tie, it's the most valuable planet, and a lot of stuff for the bot will refer to the most valuable thing. So the value of a card is the number of points it's worth. If there's like endgame points on it, that makes it worth +5, because that's how the bot treats all the endgame cards. Doesn't actually have to fulfill the conditions on them. And glory tokens goes on them as well. So both of them are worth 3 points. There's still a tie, so I think the bot goes for leftmost, right? If there's still a tie for most valuable. Yeah, they're still tied. Bot chooses the leftmost of the tied ones. So he is going to warp the Kumari over to Dozaria. And that was the first bit of that. Deploy this ship, it explores. If a person is in the bot discard pile, he hasn't got one, send an away team to a neutral location. If a cargo is in the bot discard pile, gain an influence. Nope, nothing in his discard pile. So that's his first card dealt with. That was always going to be his first card, because if he was a human player, it would be deployed. So then, his second card, Confiscate. So again, we could go down this traits thing, but the directive cards, as you can see in the corner, haven't got any traits. So we can go all the way down to a directive card. He's going to try and gain a card from the display. So his priority, you see the greater than there, he would love a card with a business tag on it. If not, can he have a cargo card? Yes, is the answer to that. So we've got they're all down in that display. You can see it's on the card itself. There's person, cargo, ship, ally. Looking at the tags, I can't see business on any of these cards. So he's going to take the cargo. He always takes from the display. He doesn't want things from the decks like I can choose. So he takes that and it gets replaced. When he takes things, they go on his discard pile. So if he'd done it the other way around, it wouldn't have happened the other way around, because, let's say, he has to start with that ship. But now there's a cargo in his discard pile. So where are we? Gain a cargo. Send an away team to a neutral location. So his he wants to move an away team token to the neutral location with the most bot tokens. So this one here has got 1 token. So now he's got 2 on that planet. So he's we're both going for early planets here. Where are we now? Yeah, if he has 5 or more influence, blah, blah, blah. He hasn't. He's got none yet. So he has played that card, goes into his discard pile. He's had his turn. He wants to... So there's no stardate to resolve. He needs to put Glory out as well. So he doesn't need to resolve the stardate card. Discard any cards that he played. Place a Glory on the stardate card on the market card least valuable to you. And that means if we were looking at any cards that scored based on our tracks, it would use my value of the tracks to work out what's the worst card for me. So least valuable is going to be Moriarty, isn't it? Moriarty's only worth 1 point, so he's going to pop that Glory on there. Yep, so that's all of his cleanup steps. We come back to me. Have I got a resupply? Yes. Discard the top card of your deck and gain a Latinum. So unfortunately it wasn't one of the incidents. And gain 1 Latinum. That's going to be good for getting some developments and stuff later. Then control. So on my turn as well, like he hasn't even got enough to get control of this anyway, but the other player has got a whole turn to try and do something about you taking control of stuff. So I can try and affect that if I want to. So I have at least 3 and at least 2 more than him. So I take control of this. The away teams come back here. If a ship had been here, it would get discarded. So I take control of the ancient relay station. A new location comes out. So what have we got here? The last starting one. Indri 8. Oh, nice tags. Gives you an extra action for the turn. It's got anomaly that might end up being important later. So I may put a card on top of my deck and spend an action to enlist a development. Now, the downside is I've only got one dilithium crystal. I don't want to waste this opportunity, though. You can spend glory as 2 dilithium crystals, so that's a point. But all of the developments cost at least 2 crystals. And I'm thinking of things like Starbase 74 out of here. It's a location you put out, and it lets you have an extra person out. That costs 2 crystals and a latinum. I can get cargo that'll help me with ships. The Daystrom Institute is good for having synthetics and stuff. Return more incidents. There's Geordie and Diana. Like, you treat incidents as play, discard a card to return this card, and if you do, draw 2 cards. So, like, turns all of the incident's power into, like, a nice thing for you. Geordie lets you find ships and refresh them. I'm thinking that Starbase, what about having 2 people on duty? 2 duty officers out. 2 sets of activations and stuff. I'd like that. So I'm going to spend a glory as 2 crystals. Breaks my heart. Spending a point. And then 1 latinum. So that lets me enlist a development. And it goes in the... It's just like gaining. Make sure you're putting it in the right place. Top of your draw deck. So do I want Dr. Crusher as my second in command? Can't do it yet, but hang on to her at the end of the turn, and I could do that. Okay, that cost me an action then to enlist that development, but I wouldn't normally get access to those. So this is, I've got 3 more reserve cards, so every time I go through my deck I get 1 of these. Then in the future, every time you go through your deck, you get a chance to buy a development. So that's early access to that. Okay. So what have we got in hand? I wanted to gain an ally, so that's probably something to do. We've got 4 Point Station out here. Play to take control of it. It's another location. I have got a card. I think it's unfortunately the one that just got discarded by Riker's ability. That can get me loads of dilithium crystals if I got loads of locations in play. Gets me a glory for playing, and then if I have an away team here, I can draw a card every single turn. If I have 3 or more on one or more controlled location, draw a card. So I could do that twice if I get loads of people out on there, but I probably want my people out getting more of my things. So I kind of want to hold on to Dr. Crusher until we get incidents to deal with. Now, take an incident to get an ally is nice, but again, wouldn't it be nice if you're going to put her out as second in command? Wouldn't it be nice to do this on a turn when she's been made second in command? I could, of course, do that now. Riker would just go away, and it could just be Dr. Crusher. I could do that if I wanted. Maybe that's an option. There's so many options. Select control location. If there is an away team and a ship there, look at the top 2 encounters, take 1 of them, and return the other to the bottom of the deck. I don't have anything, though, that lets me put an away team out. I can warp my ships. Oh, I need the Enterprise B's token note. I can warp a ship to a location I control, but I can't... I can't get an incident right now. Right, so let's do some diplomacy. It will make me lose this card. Or if you didn't play it to gain an ally, you want to do his mission. Spend a crystal to draw 2 cards, discard 1 of them, and get an influence. It would get me an influence, and it would get me the development I just bought. And then next time it comes out, we can get the ally with it. Go on then. Spend a crystal, draw 2 cards. Hey, it's Starbase 74 and an incident. Doesn't Beverly Crusher get rid of incidents from your discard pile? She does. But not if you make her second in command. She won't do that then. I'm going to discard the incident. We'll deal with that later. There are other ways to get rid of incidents. Starbase 74, please. So that was not an action to play diplomacy. Gain an influence as well. Don't forget about that. Starbase 74 is going out. I'm going to have to make room for Dr. Crusher, aren't we? So take control of this location. Find a person. So find is in my deck as well, isn't it? Hand discard pile and draw and reserve decks until you find a card you want with the indicated name suit trait. So I could take them from the reserve as well. I haven't been doing that. So I could get Data is in my reserve, I think. Wharf is in my deck. If I wanted to go aggro on a planet. I don't really care about that planet, though. I'd want one of these. Like, Beta Z is another 3 influence symbols. When it came to advancing on that track, we could be zooming along it. I wouldn't have actions to activate people, though. Find a person. You may discard a card to free play the found card. So I could do that with Bev, but then I wouldn't be able to promote her this turn. I'd have to wait till she came back round again. Ooh, Worf. Worf let me take an incident, but I haven't had a chance to make Dr. Crusher second in command yet. Worf will come around, though. You could get something from your reserves early. What do they do? I'm going to have a look. If remind me what... The Data is for advancing on tracks. Just advance a thing. And if he stays out as your second in command, he just, like... he activates to let you log a card from your hand. If you do, gain a movement on a track for every 5 cards in your log rounded down. Yeah, getting loads of crystals for the control of the planets would be amazing. Let's go for it. Who's scared of incidents? Worf. Come on, Worf. He was top of the deck. He was coming out next turn anyway. So again, take an incident and discard it. There's been a political crisis. Discard a card to return this. If it has influence, gain a platinum. Or, if you have an ambassador in play, return this and gain a platinum. So we've got to discard that straight away. Oh yeah, we're doing Worf's thing for free, aren't we? For controlling this. Take an incident and discard it. Discard the top card of your deck. Set a course. The thing that advances me on tracks is at the bottom of the discard, isn't it? Yeah. So that's his playability. And then send 2 to a neutral location. Let's control... I want both. What do you reckon? Indri 8 or Beta Z? Beta Z is so many influence symbols. And the Enterprise D has got 1 of each symbol on it. So the card that's like, pick 1 track and advance the number of symbols you've got. We could go 6 up the influence track. And like, the Denobulans here have a more powerful ability if you get them and you've got 3 people. Oh yeah, all of this eventually is winding up to me eventually getting an ally, which we'll do this turn. But this is the big lead up to it. So yeah, I am now gonna activate the Enterprise D to put a second in command in. It's Dr. Crusher. Then we are going to, for an action, take an incident to gain an ally. Oh yeah, I haven't put the 2 people out, have I? Put your away teams out. Extraction's lovely. I'm going to go Beta Z for now. Injury 8 is worth 2 more points. Beta Z. Going for Beta Z. Gain the incident. After taking it, discard a different card to return it and get a point. So what are we going to play? Strange New Worlds doesn't do anything for me yet. So we'll discard that. To return this, to the bottom of the incident's deck, because we don't want them to run out either, and gain a glory. Back up to 2. So the only thing left to do on my turn then, I've got this action, burning a hole in my pocket. Oh, you haven't gained an ally. You gained the incident, but not the ally. So the Denobulans, I kind of like them. They've got a glory on them. Why don't we go grab them? Let's get him. He's worth 3 points. Now, we know that Picard's goal is to have 3 allies on the same ship and at least 2 of your tracks at 4 or more. Picard's got a reaction. Whenever you gain an ally, you can discard a card to gain a glory, and you may beam the gained card to a ship. Oh, that's tricky, isn't it? Because I've burned through all my cards. So I can just for free put him on a... Because using him gets rid of him. Oh yeah, I haven't got an action left. Thank you. I haven't got an action left anyway, so it's fine. I will discard a card to gain a glory. Oh, I'm not taking glory from the card. Yep. And let's beam the Denobulans to the Enterprise D. That's 1 of 3 allies gained. Yep. No more actions left. Let's discard all of the things that we played. I got it eventually. There's like I think it's like a 20-second or 30-second delay. It's really frustrating. I used to be able to turn it down. It won't let me anymore. Oh, we need a new ally straight out. Organians, they are a transcendent anomaly. So if we've got good research, then we can enlist reserves or a development. Developments are very nice cards. Okay. You clean up. Place your glory. So this is the last glory from this card. So I need to give this to the other player, don't I? I give this to him, and he will resolve that. I want the Organians. I don't want him to take them from me. Okay, so all of that was my turn. I don't have any cards left to decide whether to keep. So there's an incident to deal with. I've run out of cards. Incident heavy cards. Their reactions also tap the cards. Oh, thank you. I'll untap everything for now. Yes, I can't just... Oh, wait a minute. You didn't see me draw them. You put the reserve one on first. I don't remember what card it was anyway. We're still getting the incidents. We've got data. Okay. Turn done? All good? I think so. Shran. It's been twiddling. I bet Shran's fuming. He's been waiting so long for his turn. So, his first of 2 cards. So let's look for the traits. Weapon? No. Attack? Yes. Send an away team to a neutral location. So he wants the one that's got the most bot things, doesn't he? You discard the top card of your deck. If it's a person, you take an incident and the bot takes an incident. Otherwise, the bot gains a military. Okay, so I'm about to discard that. If this card is a person, promote it to duty. Oh yeah, his thing, yeah. So he's got a duty officer now. So we need to flip this other card. Then his second card. Oh, I've chosen the really zoomed in angle. It's just so we can see this dead clearing, but I can turn it right down. And his next card is Andoria. It's got an Andorian tag that I don't think he cares about. So we come down to his location bit. He's going to gain another military and a glory and log the duty officer. Okay, so he's done the more powerful thing. So he is going to gain a second military, 1 glory. Oh, I need to top this back up, don't I? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he gains a glory from that. So he's got 1 now. And military. And then we are... You haven't zoomed out at all. Thank you. We'll stay zoomed out now, I think. So we'll log the duty officer. Gone. And now we go back to the side without duty officer. And that gets discarded. That stays out as a deployed ship. And I think we're all good. As a turn. So at the start of the cleanup phase, during the next player's cleanup step, here's one, wipe all the market. Oh, I wanted the Organians. So the glory from them goes away. Wipe the market. And it gets refreshed with new stuff. Phlox, I had him in my practice game earlier. He was good at letting me return incidents. And then is going to put a glory out. Where this glory's from. Put a glory out on the thing least valuable to me. So my military is worth 1. You're worth 1. I think if there's a tie, it's leftmost. I have got a card that lets me get a person. Right. New turn. Andoria should stay out in his tableau. Oh, should it? In his controlled bit. Right. So, resupply. Discard top card of deck. It's my diplomacy. That's not good for getting allies, is it? And then we get another Latinum. Then, control. No, I've only got 2 things. Do I want to do anything about that? Not really. I don't want him to have it, but I don't know how much I'm going to make him stop having it. I've got 2 incidents to deal with. We have got analyze if I want another ship. What's the ship right now? Zindi Reptilian ship. I'm not going for military and stuff. I'm not really bothered about that too much. Can recall a ship if able. It wouldn't be the worst thing to recall the Enterprise B. Force him to recall a deployed ship. If you have a creature in play, return this card. I don't have a creature in play, though. Tribbles are a creature. Can I get any cargo? Discard 2 cards to gain a cargo. You might find yourself not having enough cards to do anything there. Attack play. Gain an influence, gain a Latinum, junk a card from the market. Your opponent takes an incident. Dismiss all of their Klingon duty officers. If any were dismissed, force them to discard a card. It's kind of a roundabout way to get rid of that thing. But it would make him get rid of his ship. So we've got data just advances me on a track. Political crisis, discard a card. I don't have an ambassador in play, so we won't worry about that. Discard a card to return this. If it has influence scoring, gain a Latinum. I haven't got anything with influence in it. So why don't we worry about that later? I do kind of want that person. But I would like an ally. You want me to be militaristic and have Klingons in play. So I don't think you're a good ally. I'm going to take an incident to gain an ally. Using Dr. Crusher again. So let's have a look at the ally. Yeah, need to make the incidents not run out as well. Because the game ends if we run out of them. Tholians, you may draw a card. Gain a Latinum and 2... dilithium crystals for each controlled location you have in play, which is 2 at the moment. Log this card though, then it's gone. So, are you going to run out of cards though, discarding all of these for these abilities? So I've gained an ally, discard a card. So I can't return the card until I get creatures. And I can beam you up to the Enterprise D. I've got an alien symbol there. Should that matter? And I get a glory. That's gone. So that's me getting an ally. Then, putting this incident back requires me to discard a card. Oh, you didn't take an incident to get an ally, did I? I think I just took the ally. Yeah, I've got to discard a card to get rid of the incident. So take the incident. Trade embargo. Spend a Latinum to return this card. You may refresh a ship. So I can discard a card to return it and get a glory. So I'm not going to get full use of my actions. And I want 2 dilithium crystals, really. Should put a... There's plenty of incidents. For now. Until he starts taking them. So I don't want to take another one. Take a ship. Depends what it does. Maybe I'll be able to get rid of it. I'm not really bothered about having that battleship. I could just go for a random one off the top of the decks. Cargo in the tribbles would help me get rid of that other incident, but they've kind of got to come out together, haven't they? I've just got to have a creature in play. So I could just have that like beamed up somewhere. But I can't discard 2 cards to get a cargo. Let's resolve the political crisis. Yeah. Discard that. Return that. And I just haven't got an action to use Bev's power. Oh yeah, I think I remembered. It's a bit of a delay. At this point, I've caught up, I think. So I don't want to log a person. I don't want to beam a card there. I haven't got any cards left in my hand. That's what I'm having trouble with. I need to get more cards drawn. So you get discarded. No star date to resolve. Place glory. I don't want him. I don't want to put it on cargo. I don't want to make this person. Oh, you're supposed to remove incidents. How many have I got? 1, 2. He's not got any incidents, has he? So, like, that one should have been in the game anyway. There's meant to be 2 random ones removed. Didn't know that. So we got 5. Right. I've just returned one, haven't I? I've took 2 out now. So still haven't got another person out on there, but hopefully that'll be okay. Draw back up. Yeah, put it on Phlox. And maybe we'll be able to handle that energy drain. Unfortunately, didn't manage to draw a new card. Go into my reserve again. But we need to start getting some crystals gained. Okay, Shran, getting 2 cards again. In his staging area. So let's have a look. Plasma rifles. Weapon. It has weapon. Junk, the most valuable card in the market, ignoring any with tokens. So, valuable to him, his military cards are only worth 1. So he's the most valuable. Good. I don't want that ally. Return up to 2 incidents from your hand or discard pile. I don't know if I can gain them and use them, but perfect for me right now. Probably not going to be able to take them though. Right, what are you doing to me? Send... Oh, he needs to gain this at the start of his turn, doesn't he? While we're thinking about it. He gains this and loses his ship, right? Or goes into his discard pile, doesn't lose it. And a new location comes out. A shady business free cloud location. Send a thing to the neutral location. He wants to send one to the most bot tokens. There's nothing with a bot token on. If tied, most valuable. They're both worth 5, so then I think it's just leftmost. It excludes anywhere where I've got more tokens than him. Okay. Then, either I take an incident, or I remove an away team. Well, I could take an incident, couldn't I, and get rid. Dr. Crush has been refreshed. So I'll take an incident. If I could gain Kelpians, though. I haven't got anything that gets me an ally, let alone would let me draw it and use her. Put a card on the top of your deck to return this card. You may promote a person from your staging area to duty officer. That's my starting thing, innit? So I'll discard a card to return that and get a glory then. What do you want to discard? I don't want to discard. I haven't got any dilithium crystals, so I'm not going to be able to return this. So, that one. Okay, he gave me an incident, but I got rid of it. To resolve the location. Or does he get the stuff from the locations as well? 3 crystals. Or do we go for the... Or do we... Oh no, we go to the card on the... We go to the location on the card, don't we, of course. Log the top card of the bot deck. That should happen first, so technically it should have been this. Oh well, say it was shuffled differently. Log the top card of the bot deck. Discard the top 2 cards of the bot deck. And then we drew these 2 things. If I'd done it properly. Right, that's his location. Well, we're going to start encroaching. Can't see because of my chair, but he's starting to encroach on my player zone. Right, that's his first card. And then second card. It's a directive. We come all the way down here, don't we? So he wants a business card. He can't have one. So he's going to take the tribbles. New cargo comes out. Some phasers. Send an away team to a neutral location. So the one with the most bot tokens. That one. If he has 5 or more influence, no, he does not. So that's it for his turn. Discard the things in his staging area. And then for the cleanup bit, doesn't have to resolve this yet. Puts this out on the least valuable card to me. So you're with 1, you're with 1, you're with 2, you're with 3. So the battleship, it's the leftmost. And then he gives me that card, right? But it's got no text on it for me to have to do anything. And this gets all of its tokens on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I know that it needs... I know it needs the tracks. I just need to draw that card. I discarded it at the very start of the last run through my deck. Utilize. Because getting that for influence... I'm not going to be able to... I am going to be able to do it in one go. I can get 3 in one go. So that's the 4 for that. In fact, to get loads more influence from that. It's... Research is going to take a little bit longer. Okay, that's his turn completely done, isn't it? Done that. Place a glory from the star deck card. Back to me. So we definitely want an action... And it's frustrating because I want Utilize getting me crystals. That's worth 5 crystals when I've got none. But going up on the track is quite useful, isn't it? So it should be... Should we wait? Because I'm going to get Beta Z. And then if we do Influence, I could be 3 further along with Influence. Whereas Research, I'm not getting another Research symbol anytime soon. So we might as well just do... I've got 1... 2 research symbols, advance on that. And we're halfway there. And I need 1 more ally. So that's that. Advance on 1 skill track for every symbol of that you have in play. Then, I could get a 3rd person out on the location by discarding Wolf. That feels alright, doesn't it? Draw a card, discard a card, warp up to 2 ships. Or I could just warp. I could try drawing a card and then warp the Enterprise B there. It would get discarded, but then I can put it out again. So I'm not going to use Wolf for his ability. So putting another person out is okay. There's no way for me to get an ally anyway. And then we just use the third action to take control of 4-point station, get it out of the deck, give me a glory. We could end up with something useful. You'll end up with something from your reserve. But I would kind of like you set a course on 4-point to set up the card draw. Oh, rather than get beta set, yeah? I'd be able to draw a card every turn, wouldn't I? And I was just thinking, I would like to not draw a card right now because I would like Utilize to be in the shuffle. So yeah, if we put 4-point station out first, play take control of this location, get a glory, and then if you have an away team here, you can draw a card every turn. So if I use set a course with my last action, discard Wharf to send the same number of people you just discarded to the same location, could grab this. I mean, I could lose a point for 2 crystals and just warp the Be There with a crystal. Put that there, because that lets me draw a card. But I'm thinking I don't want to do it right now, because I want Utilize to come out quickly. From next turn, I'll be doing that. So why don't you send a person there next time? Because I don't know that I'll get something that'll let me put a person out. It's research track, not glory. Oh, thank you. One off where I need to be there. Yeah, I'm not going to lose by 1 point. I'm going to lose by 1,000,000. My crystal economy is doing terribly right now. I'm going to turn a glory. Can I just have it for 2 crystals? Or do I have to just give up the glory and I don't get change? I don't normally give up glory ever. I'm being a bit reckless with this, I think. Or is it like when I need to pay a cost, I can substitute a glory and I don't get change? Where's the bit that's going to explain to me? I had an index up off Board Game Geek, but I haven't got that open right now. The substitution resources thing is right there. Yeah, no changes given. So it would just be losing the glory. Go for it. To warp the Enterprise B there. Done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Discard you guys. Clean up. Resolve the star date. There was nothing on it. Place glory. I want Kelpians so much. But also at a point right now when everything's in my discard pile. Discard and draw. So we're going to shuffle all of that up. And ready, Dr. Crusher. Yeah, I need to get further in Next Generation, because 50% of the seasons I've watched, Dr. Crusher one's in it. There was an angry doctor who hated Data. So, new card from the reserve first. First contact, scan 2 of ally. Gets me an ally. And that could be the 3rd ally. And we are a bit of a way away from the research, but not too far. Okay. Have you done all of the bits? I think so. Shran, what are you up to? So still 2 cards for the bot. The last 2 cards in the deck. So number 1, it's an incident. Gain a person. Oh, he's getting flocks. And the 2 glory contained on him. It's his discard pile. Discard the top 3 cards of the bot deck. He ain't got anything to discard. Return this card. It got a person and got to return it. That's his whole first card. And then second one, weapon time. Junk, the most valuable card in the market. 1, 2, most valuable to him. Or to me. Same, actually. These are worth 1 for both of us. 1, 2. So these are both worth 2. Leftmost one. He'll junk that. Send an away team to a neutral location. He'll do that. Either I take an incident or I remove an away team. Well, I'm not removing someone. I want this planet. So what are you discarding then? Not the gain an ally. I want that. Select a controlled location. If there's an away team and a ship there, look at 2 encounters and get 1. Well, you could walk the Enterprise D there. So don't discard that. You get me an ally. You get me crystals. I haven't got a creature yet, so this whale probe incursion's not going anywhere. Discard that. We need an ally. And then to draw that, gain the ally. Use the activation to draw 2 incidents from hand or discard pile. Ooh. Yeah, it is a shame. There was one where it must have been in season 1 because it's the only one she was in, right? Where it seemed like the tables were turning and Picard was in trouble and Dr. Crusher would have to come and save him, but it just flipped back around and actually no, she needs his help. 80s, isn't it? What are you doing then? I'm getting an incident. I've preemptively discarded a card to use Crusher's ability on this incident that I was gaining. There we go. Done. And that's for him playing that cargo. Okay. And that's his first go through his deck. Then his cleanup thing. Resolve the Stardate card. No. Discard any cards. Place a glory from the Stardate card on the least valuable card to me. 1, 1, 2. So one of these, leftmost, Zephyr Cochrane. Okay. So resupply. Discard top card off deck. It's an incident. 2 incidents in the discard. And gain a Latinum. Control. Yes. So we need... Get the glory for it. Oh yeah, thank you. For Dr. Crusher. So we've got to discard the Enterprise B for taking control of this location. But it'll come out again. Oh yeah, they had the ship on it. I was thinking, why have I only got 2? Because the ship was on it. Gain 2 Latinum. And loads of this. New location comes out. Baku. You may beam any number of person cards here from your hand or discard pile. To activate, beam your duty officer here to gain an action. Or spend a crystal to recall a person beamed here. At the end of the game, score a point for each person beamed here. Okay. So that was control. Actions. 3 of them. So we want... Should we take an incident to gain an ally? He lets you draw 3 cards. That's quite nice. Oh, but you don't want to use the ally, do you? Straight away. No, he put the 3rd one on there on his turn. On the weapon that he played, he put his 3rd person out. We can gain multiple allies. We also want to have the allies out for Picard's scoring. I'm just thinking of getting rid of incidents. Right, don't gain an incident yet. Scan 2 of ally. So I can look at these 2. And if I don't want these, I can still take this one. So we could get Sullivan, time-traveling alien. You may discard a card to recall. This is for the future once they come back from the ship. that I'm warping them to all the time. To recall something from the staging area that's not a time travel card, you may duplicate the play operation of an ally in the market, or the binars let you gain cargo. Scan 3 if you've got a lot of research. Well, I'm planning to have 3 research. You're worth more points, but I'm gonna try and get a lot of influence. Sullivan, so you guys go to the bottom of the deck though. Yeah, go for it. So I gain the allies and log this card. Then we are discarding something. I want it before all of this. Draw a card from Farpoint Station. Data. Data, data, data. What are we going to do with you? We're going to discard you. I'm sorry, Data. No, but you can get me the 4th. I take it all back. I need you, Data. I want to gain another ally. I've only got 2 more actions. Well, them 2 then. Strange New Worlds will get me an encounter. I want an encounter. I want some dilithium crystals. Discard Strange New Worlds. But then you'll get that ally and you won't be able to use it yet. But maybe use it next turn. Yeah. But if I get her and beam her, I'm not going to use her for a bit. Whereas if I get another ally this turn... I haven't used that yet. Yeah. I'm discarding a card to beam her. So I've got the 3 allies on the ship. And gain a glory. The 3 allies are there. We have got 4 research. I'm going to play you not needing an action for 2 crystals. And against my better judgment, I am going to take an incident to gain an ally. But this ally will get rid of 2 incidents next turn. Have I got... But they'll shuffle the incidents. Keep 1 incident in your hand. Should you do that? You haven't got anything to do with an action if you don't. I suppose you could have discarded the gain an ally. Use 1 of your crystals to beam the Enterprise to where we've got a person. And then we could do Strange New Worlds. Select controlled location. If there is a away team and a ship there, look at the top 2 encounters. I'm flip-flopping. Or should you just gain the incident? Why were you worried? Oh yeah, because the incidents are going to get shuffled back in and not be in my discard pile when the ally comes out. It'll be fine. What have we got? Omega Particle. Gain 3 crystals and 3 Latinum. For each Borg you have in play, gain glory. None. It will keep coming back out, though. It's a nice resource getter. And points, I've got some research. Ancient Gene Fragments. Draw a card for each controlled location with an away team you have if you have a scientist in play. These are rubbish. I'll lose the D. Do I have to log the location? Or is that an option? I thought it was an option. Log the selected location to gain a... Oh, that gains me a research. I don't need to use data. I know, but I wasn't going to log the thing. Do I have to log the thing? I thought that was like an option. Log the selected location to gain a research if you want. Is it mandatory? If it's mandatory, we're doing big takebacks. And I don't like these cards. There's got to be a bit of silence because there's a delay in me saying anything. It's not an option. Okay, then we're not doing that. We're taking it back. I thought it was an option. Recruit. There's going to be incidents. We're going to recruit you. You'll go on top of the deck. I'll get an incident. I'm going to keep the incident in hand. So we've definitely got an incident to get rid of. You guys all get discarded. And I'll keep my crystal and not beam that there because there's no reason for it to be over there. I'll beam it at a time when I need to. So you're staying in hand. I've got the Stardate card. Put Glory out. Oh, who's the new ally? Lithians. Oh, they're attacky people. Dismiss one of your opponent's duty officers. You may scan for a shady. You may draw a cargo from your discard pile. Log this card. I like the idea of getting rid of his person. Well, doesn't really ally worth more points. Don't want any of those particularly to go on there. Right. Done all the bits? Yeah. 2, 3. Have you got more cards now? It's okay. Oh, because you've gained a card and kept this one. So you've drawn fewer. So we're definitely getting rid of 2 incidents. Right, you guys are all ready to go. And we've got... Go on the special tracks. We can do his mission next turn. Definitely. Okay. So you need to draw 2 cards and you haven't got anything. So it's taken him a while, hasn't it, to get through all of this. Strange New Worlds should be used on locations without ongoing powers, yeah. Makes sense. Because I'm probably right. It wouldn't be bad to get rid of the Ancient Relay Station and just really focus on these influence symbols and try and shoot to the end of this and get cards that score the influence. I don't know if some allies have got that. Phasing Cloak scores for influence. You score for influence. Right. Put a reserve thing out for him. Have I done that already? No, I haven't. And he gets his 2 cards. So number 1. Anar Telepath Communication. He doesn't care about those things. It's a person. Discard the top 2 cards of the bot deck. Gain an influence or military, whichever is lower. Influence. Send... Oh, no, first thing. Take back, take back, take back. Because... When does he draw his cards? In actions. He needs to get a planet first, doesn't he? So before I did any of this, he'll still do those 2 actions, but first of all, in case it changes anything, he gets his planet. It's not going to change the cards, because this just gets played, and then we do the thing I just did. So this will go out, and then for the location, log the top card of the bot deck. Oh, there isn't one. Discard the top 2 cards of the bot deck. There isn't one. So nothing happens, actually. Okay, continuing. So, person card. Discard the... Oh, spoilers, he's going to do a cargo card in a minute. Isn't that another attack? Discard the top 2 cards of the bot deck. Gain a thing, whichever is lower. Send an away team to a neutral location. So the most valuable is definitely Injury 8 in the middle. Maybe I want to get on that. Promote this card to Duty Officer. Jamel, the Duty Officer. Get Lithians. Get that out. Right, so the cards are all coming off screen, going diagonal. So, second card. The Plasma Manifold. Oh no, it's not an attack. So, traits. He doesn't care about Engineer, does he? Nope. So, cargo. Discard the top 2 cards of the bot deck. Gain 2 glory. That's the last 2 glory off that card. So, I get the Stardate card. And we load this up. This is Stardate card 4 of 5. He should shuffle his... He discards when he hasn't got anything in his deck. Got business trait to resolve. Oh, he does business because that's location. He does business before location. Okay. I'm not looking at tags because it's just location. Log the top card of the bot deck. So does he make the deck? This is different to Imperium then. Because he doesn't need to draw a card. He's just discarding off it. So does that make him... he's not looking through it. Draw, discard, or even inspect. Okay. That's a big difference from Imperium. So he would have rebuilt it. And actually logged that duty officer. What did he do with the duty officer? Undo all of that. Gaining that and sending them out. So we would actually have just logged the duty officer straight away. Because it's business. Gain a weapon and then cargo or ship. He can gain a weapon. This goes into discard. Resolve the top card of the bot deck. Which would now be the engineer. And log the business location. So back to resolving the cargo. What did I do? Discard the top 2 cards of the deck. Gain 2 glory, we did that. Gain a business. Or a person. He didn't do that, did he? Any business? No? A person? He gets Seth from over here. It'd have been better to have not played Imperium. Got bad habits from it. In some ways, though, it's made it easier. Yeah, you get like a... That's like a bit of a reprieve, if I'm remembering right, in the Imperium bots, that when they get to discard cards and they haven't got a deck left, they're kind of wasting that advancement. So that's his cargo thing done. But none of that is his 2 cards, because the planet made him draw a card. So then we go to his actions, and he draws 2 more cards off this, so actually he's steaming through the second time a lot faster. So this is an attack. He cares about those. Send an away team to a neutral location, so that's going to be the middle one that he went to before. You discard the top card of your deck. If it's a person, it is. You take an incident, and the bot takes an incident. So I will discard... Oh, that could have made me reshuffle. That could have been really annoying. Still might be. I won't discard the incident then. I can't discard you. Set a course. So we'll take the incident. He takes an incident. Where do his incidents go? Do they go in the discard like normal? They go on top of his deck, don't they? When he gets one. Oh yeah, gain is going in his discard pile, take is go on his deck, because it's as if it's gone in his hand. It was a person, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. If this card is a person, promote it to duty officer. It isn't. It's a tribble. So then his second card from his play turn is a weapon. Junk the most valuable card in the market. So you need to come out. So to him, so you're worth 1, 1, 1, 1. So leftmost. And he can't junk these because they've got tokens on them. Send to a neutral location. He wants to try and take that. Either you take an incident or remove... So I could remove from that. Or I take an incident. I've got loads of incidents. Oh no, I'm returning you. Because I discarded a card. And gaining a glory. Thank you very much. So I haven't got a way of sending them back out, and it's useful to be just drawing a card again. Take an incident then. And I suppose we're not. Getting rid of the 2 from my discard pile. Definitely want to get rid of like the weird whale one, because I can't get rid of that by any other means, can I? Unless I got a creature. Right. So that's all of his turn now. Clean up bits. Resolve Stardate card. No, I've got that. Discard any cards. Place a glory from the Stardate card on the least valuable thing to me. Blues are worth 2, so not a blue. You guys are worth more because of that, so he'll put it on the leftmost. There we go. Right. Resupply. Discard the top card of your deck. Does that work for me then? If I have to discard the top card of my deck, do I have to make another deck? Is it any interaction with my deck as well? Yes. So that's annoying. Thanks, Riker. So Riker's made it so I can't get rid of that whale probe card. Oh well. Well, they used Riker once. Been my right-hand man since the start. Not interacted with ships since. And it's going to be the reserve card that he discards, isn't it? Type 7 shuttlecraft. I need to get some crystals now to be buying the developments as we go through again. And gain a latinum. Got loads of that. What for? We'll get rid of him. Put Worf up there or something. Right. So that's resupply. I've got nothing to control. I would like to do something with that, but I could just put a ship there to stop him putting any more people out. Right. So, it's not terrible because why don't we first utilize gain on 1 track for each matching skill icon you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll get 6 influence. And then, mission complete. There's 3 allies on the same ship. Need to lose the ship for now. At least 2 of the tracks at 4 or more. Done. Gain 4 crystals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw 4 cards. One of them might be that whale probe. It's not. Enterprise B, which I can free play. Thanks, Riker. Sorry I said anything about you. And then, what happens to the guys? The people get discarded. Does the ship get discarded as well? If you do the mission, you may mark it. If any beamed card contributed to a mission, dismiss it. Other in-play cards are not dismissed. So the Enterprise is fine. The beamed allies get discarded. But now, they can be usable, or they can be beamed to things, so they're worth points for Picard, because they need to be in play at the end, right? So I could grab the shuttlecraft from the discard, send a away team to a location where you have a ship. You may put this on top of your deck, or gain a crystal, and you may either beam a card to a ship or recall a card beamed to a ship. Or we could play the Enterprise B for free, because it's Tuesday. Come on, Riker. Old buddy, old pal. Let's free play a Starfleet ship. Discard a card. We'll discard the incident because I can get rid of them from my discard pile. To deploy this ship and gain a glory. If it is a Tuesday, you may send an away team to a location. Do I try and stop him getting injury 8? It's worth 5 points and get an action. I haven't got loads of anomaly cards. I've got 1. keep going for influence symbols. So I need 2 more than him. Oh, only the endgame scoring card has to be in play. Okay, that's alright then. He does get glory, doesn't he, if I kick him off this? If I don't kick him off, I don't think I'll be able to put enough out in this. But I can at least make it harder for him. And then I might well send the ship over there. Because he can't put tokens on a place where I've got more ships than him, can he? So is there anything else that wants me to discard cards of something that I want to do? Because we can discard the incident and then we can still return them from the discard pile. Discard people to send them to locations. Probably not going to do that. What about this? Draw a card, discard a card, warp up to 2 ships. If we were willing to lose the Enterprise, D, temporarily, maybe we could take control of that. I haven't got people to discard. Oh, you could use 4-point station to draw a card. Hey, Data. I haven't got a lot of cards logged, though, to make him replacing Riker that good. I'm going to set up an away team on Ancient Relay for Strange New Worlds. Oh, yeah? Have I got Strange New Worlds? No, it's in the discard pile. So we're thinking of getting rid of that, weren't I? So he only gets me 1. Let's... Oh, yeah, put that person out there. Yeah, I can put that person out there, and I can still warp the ship there. Draw a card. Discard a card. Still haven't found the beam, have I? Have I got an engineer in play? No. Warp up to 2 ships. Can warp that there. Try and slow him down from putting stuff out there. So that's that played. I've got 2 incidents in the discard pile. Have I got time travel in play? No, need to get those allies again, don't I? So can return up to 2 incidents. I'll do it from the discard pile. And then log this card. So there's 2 things in the log. He would let me log cards. And start getting advancement for everything that I've logged. The market is getting wiped if you want anything. Got 1 action left. Could spend a crystal to draw 2 cards and get influence, and that put me on 8. I haven't really found anything that's got like a cool thing, have I? Maybe I can warp 2 ships, can't I? Like a cool, extra ability for having loads of influence. Or just let me gain the ally, but then I got to log the card. But then that would be good for having data out. Go on, get an ally. You want allies? Yeah, gain an ally and log this card. I'm going to gain this. Do I want him discarded? I mean, you could. You've got 1 action left. Discard this. And let's beam it up. Because I don't really mind that he's beamed up or not, but I've got extra cards. Why don't we get a glory for just beaming him on a ship if we're going to gain an ally? I can cancel, I like them. Get your crystals, but if you've played attacks, they don't like that. Okay, I'm thinking let's let's tag data in. We've got 2 logged cards. Oh yeah, you didn't use that. You haven't used that yet. We'll be using allies soon though, won't we? I just want to dilithium crystals as we're getting into developments. I could put data on top of the deck to gain a person. And then we'd have him next time to take glory from the wrong place. Where am I getting him from? They'll take it from the cup. See what put. I feel like data's going in there, but let's gain a person. I'm just going for the off the top of the deck because I don't really want the Romulan. Increase your hand size by what? Oh, having said that, that's the wrong angle. The Romulan scores for influence that you're trying to advance so much. Could be worth 7 points. And if you had the Romulan as your extra person, that's an extra hand size every turn. Or you could do a bit of attacking. Versus you don't know what the other card is. You've got to remove an away team to scan for a person. Have I drawn a card yet? I think so. I think that's tapped. Now I'm going to go random. And it is Lenara Khan, a Trill Scientist. You may spend a dilithium crystal to get 2 science, 2 research. You may take an incident to scan for an anomaly. It's alright. If she became my duty officer, spend a latinum that I've got loads of to gain a glory for each anomaly you have in play, max 3. I've only got 1 anomaly, haven't I? Okay. Dismiss this card. That's not so exciting. I gambled. You can go in the. I kind of like your playability. Advancing the research, and you are worth points for research. Yeah, maybe we'll scan for more anomalies, and maybe then we will make you the GC officer. Okay, so you guys are all done. That's my actions then. I think I've done all the bits. So clean up, resolve the star date, wipe the market, removing all tokens. And any neutral location with no tokens present. So we've got Zaxia, military, resupply, get a crystal every turn. Kind of nice. Deep Space K7, no effect for controlling, but you do an activation, put a directive or a security on top of your deck to gain an action. Ooh, it's got influence scoring on it. So that's that. Place Glory. Oh, refresh the thing when you wipe it. Karema ally. Gain a Latinum. Requires 3 military. Spend 2 Latinum to gain an action. I haven't got any military. You're a creature. Find a Vulcan. Force your opponent to discard a person. I don't think we can do that. Right. So. Oh yeah, place a glory on something. I don't really want these. After you are attacked, put this card on top of your deck. After putting a shady card into play, pass it, resupply, gain a glory. That's kind of nice. You may find a scientist. After putting a scientist into play, get it in a glory. That's a shame. I don't know. Right. Discard things. Draw back up. Oh, you're gone now. We've only got one glory on the next thing. So no control to resolve. Just 2 cards then. And we've got Incident. Getting that person into. Gain a person. Discard the top 3 cards of the bot deck. Incidents are great for him. Return this card. Second, ship. Deploy this ship. It explores. So it goes out. Exploring is going on like a neutral place, isn't it? Explore. Warp it to the neutral location with the fewest total tokens. If I'd most valuable. To him, 1 point, 1 point. So leftmost. I mean, I'm tempted to just shift these guys over to Deep Space K7. Blah, blah, blah. If a person is in the bot discard pile, it's quite likely now. Yes. Send a thing to a neutral location. So we'll send it to the place with the most bot tokens, excluding anywhere you have more ship tokens. So there. Yeah. If a cargo is in the discard pile, yes. Gain an influence. Done. Okay. And all you guys should be ready and raring to go. Got that whale probe. Right. Spending a crystal to gain 2 science kind of feels okay. Right, so we've got an anomaly in the things. Oh yeah, USS Bozeman is an anomaly. With 6 research, recall a non-time travel card from your staging area. Cost 5 crystals. You can do. So I'm not taking control of anything. Resupply. Oh, what? Riker's still out here. I've got no cards in my deck, so he's discarding a development. If it's a ship, though, he can grab it, can't you? I haven't got another anomaly anywhere, have I? Oh, that's an anomaly. If we can get 2 people out on that, which Worf can do, that would be the 3rd anomaly. Maybe we just hang on to her. So, if I pay 5 for the USS Bozeman, that gets discarded thanks to Riker, but I can draw it thanks to his ability. And then I can get rid of him. The Bozeman's power lets me get a... You may enlist a development. Oh, we should do you then. Right. You may enlist a development. Think of something else. So we could have Geordie, you may find a ship, you may refresh a ship. After gaining a ship, gain a glory, and you may immediately free play it. You may treat any incidents. I'm probably not going to put Troy out. Make it so return an incident. That'd be kind of nice. Or select a secured neutral location and take control of it. I could do that. That would be the 3rd anomaly. Now. Free player ship. If this phasing cloaks out. Daystrom Institute wants you to have synthetics. I haven't really got any other synthetics, have I? I'm thinking make it so. And either... So you go on top of the deck. but I can draw you with 4-point station. We either get rid of this whale probe incursion once and for all, or put up with it. And what about using Wharf take an incident yeah, I can have 2 more. So I can put 2 out here. You have got Strange New Worlds though. He isn't an action though, is he? He's not an action. So take an incident and discard it, but after taking an incident, I can discard a different card to return it and gain a glory. He takes that. And the end of the game is going to be triggered very soon. 4-point station. Draw me this, please. I could just leave it. Because I suppose I'm getting another turn. I will get this. And it'll give me another action. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have been as excited about this. Because I don't think he's going to come in and try and take control back. Because I've got 2 ships there. Which is stopping me from doing Strange New Worlds, actually. But yeah, put those 2 people out there. What about... he could get, say, Troy. And that would be 1 crystal less. And play her for no action. Draw a card. Either keep it, ally, discard a card to recall a card from your staging area. You can duplicate the play operation of an ally from the market. I don't necessarily want to log them, but I could discard to gain a glory. Oh, it was to get the anomaly though, wasn't it? It was to get the 3 anomalies out. If you want to get rid of Riker, you need to keep the D out to get another duty officer. Oh, yeah. But that was the plan, wasn't it? Right. Stick with your plan of make it so. I was going to, so I've put all of those out there. Let's put our new person in charge, which just gets rid of him, doesn't it? He just gets discarded. Then we can make it so. Put a point back on there. But you'll take control of it next turn. You can do that next turn anyway. And you'll be able to put like data out or something. You could just make it so to get rid of that whale card. Okay, I like that. Strange New Worlds is going to have to wait. Data. Maybe we're not going to have a person back out. Data. At least get me to the ×3 on there. If we advance again, 3, 5, it's still only 6. So that put me on 14, 1 off the 7 points for each of these cards. I'm sticking with it. You discarding Strange New Worlds? You're not going to have the ship. There is another ship in there, but I don't think it's a ship that we can actually put out. Yeah. Yep. All good. Discard Strange New Worlds as well as everything else. I don't have a thingy card. Place Glory. Discard and draw. Okay. Yep. Already, I think. So no control to resolve for him. So draw his cards. He needs to get another card from his advancement stuff. Oh yeah, the Bozeman's about somewhere, isn't it? Forgetting about that. I'm thinking about the little one. The shuttlecraft I can't put on places, can I? I think. Can't remember what it does. The Bozeman is deployed. Where is the Bozeman? Have I discarded it incorrectly? I've discarded it, haven't I, from piling cards on top of it. And I've never got the token out for it. Yeah. We'll keep all the Strange New Worlds, then. So you're my discard pile. Yeah. So you're a new reserve card. So you go there. First of all, the last card of his deck. Traits. None on directives. Gain a business. Stroke cargo. Business. Business. Send someone to a neutral location. So that'll be this. So he'll get the control of that next turn, maybe. He doesn't have 5 influence. So that's it for that. And then, a new location. Log the top card of the bot deck. Gain a person. Oh no, you're looking at the wrong thing. Discard the top 2 cards of the bot deck. And you stay out. That's his turn. Then he needs to resolve. His card is nothing. Puts a glory on the least valuable thing to me. 2, 2, 3, 3. So leftmost. Then, I usually add things more spread out. It's so I can stay this zoomed in the camera, so the text's a bit clearer. So control. We're not going to be able to put a second person out for a while, because I upset Riker. But this is a third anomaly. But we can still do Strange New Worlds, which is alright, isn't it? So you away teams come back. The ships have to go temporarily into the discard pile. And you go, and he gets glory for each that got sent back, doesn't he? So I'm going to trigger the end of the game, basically. But I've got Injury 8. Have I got that card that advances me on tracks? Yes. Phew. I need that. So Strange New Worlds I want. Utilize I want. Other action up for grabs. Then. I wonder if it's just from being on this difficulty. Oh, wait a minute. He should have had another card, shouldn't he? It's 3 for this last card. I didn't notice. One more action for him. Cargo. Discard the top 2 cards of the bot deck. Gain 2 glory. So he triggered the end. Did he just trigger the end of the game? Why did Oh, I gave him 2 glory, didn't I? No, he didn't trigger the end of the game. So he would have got 2 glory for the cargo. Gain a business or a person. There's no business out, so he would have gained a person. and the glory that was on it, and he would still have put the glory on the leftmost thing. Log this card. I wonder if it's just from him having less actions from the difficulty. So now, when I take the location and he gets 2 glory for the people that got sent back, that triggers the end of the game. And the glory now comes from the supply. So, it's end of this round and 1 more round, isn't it? Yes. You don't need to give the card to your opponents, yeah. So, I've got this turn and 1 more turn. So, we definitely want... Oh, I haven't got the Enterprise anymore for the advancing on stuff. That's potentially going to be a shame. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 1 more influence to make all of the influence scoring things with 7 points. So I don't really want to... Oh, he doesn't get logged for using him. Okay, then. Perfect. So I've seen something perfect. So advance on that track. I think I want to do Strange New Worlds, but do I want to do anything else instead? Oh, I could just do spend a crystal to draw 2 cards, discard 1, and gain an influence. Gain an ally and log this card. We've got, you may discard a card to recall another card from the staging area. Not so bothered about that. But you may duplicate the play operation of an ally in the market, which is gain an influence, draw a card, you may free play the drawn card. Something seems to have been going on with Asmodee here for ages. Like, it was, I want to say a year ago, that it's like they're moving warehouses and everything's been really delayed. That's like a year ago. Maybe it wasn't as long, but it was a while ago. Like, I don't know if that's still messing things up. So I've got many ways of getting that influence. I don't really need to use my action on this, do I? I could just, for free, do this and draw another card. Oh! Because we want to spend an action. I need crystals. Where's my crystals? We've got 3 anomalies in play, haven't I? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So use her, and we dismiss this, spend this, and get 3 glory. I'm going to have to spend a glory, though, for a crystal, aren't I? Because I need to warp my ship. Or gain this influence. Where have you put the ally? You said you weren't going to play. Oh, underneath here. Oh, you haven't drawn a card with this yet. Definitely not. Draw a card with this, see if that helps. You may draw a card, gain loads of crystals, and then log this card, but that would be one of your actions. You've got another turn. All the shops are a bit of removed from orders. Well, like stopped pre-ordering it. That's so many crystals, isn't it? Am I about to get another development? No. Not unless you draw more cards. Oh yeah, you would last turn. Oh yeah, draw 2 cards and discard 1 as well. We might have to do the development last turn then. Hopefully it's something good. Okay, you may draw a card. I will. Gain a Latinum and 2 crystals for each location. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's... Oh, I've got an extraction as well. Brilliant. Thank you. I haven't got a token, but I'll just take it off this. So I've played you. I'm playing you now. So that's 5 Latinum. Get anything for excess Latinum. 5 Latinum and 10 crystals. RH. Star Trekking.
Across the universe.
And then log this card. So I've got 2 actions left. Do you like the action tokens, Range?
What are they?
These.
Oh, yeah. I know nothing about Star Trek.
I didn't get to the bit where these bits are introduced. They're in next gen, or maybe I've forgotten. Right. So I've got a crystal now, so I can send the ship to the relay station. There is a away team and a ship there. So look at the top 2 encounters, which I've shuffled up. So we could have Guardian of Forever. It's another anomaly. Play this to gain an influence and a science. Oh, I do kind of want that. Deploy it. Increase your hand size by 1 whenever scanning. Include cards in the junk 2. Or recall a non-time travel card from your staging area. You may take an incident to gain an action. That seems quite good. Or Sharkari. Attack. To play this card, you may beam a ship here. If you do, your opponent takes 2 incidents. This is considered a location for all purposes. Deploying it counts as taking control of a location. Like, this seems good. Take an incident to get another action because of Beverly Crusher. They're in like the 2nd or 3rd episode. I have seen them and forgotten all about them then. Put that on the bottom of the deck. I'll take that other one. Right. Log the selected location to gain a science. This is where we need data. We've got something in the log now. And we could do with 2 more science to... What are you? Oh yeah, you're the USS Bozeman. Do I need to discard the Bozeman now? Because that got logged. I think so, but I'll await confirmation. So you are done, and I've got 1 action remaining. Could just return a thing. It's take the encounter, so it's in my hand as well. So I want to deploy that then, don't I? And it's not an action even. So I'll play that. Deploy it. Gain... There's my 15th influence. There's another science. Okay. Hand size is increased by 1. Whenever scanning, include the junk 2. Activate. Recall a non-time travel card from the staging area. So if I recall this, I could go up the science track 2 more. Maybe we could even get it to ×4. Recall that. You may take an incident. I will. And I'll discard Sullivan to return it and gain a glory. Thanks, Dr. Crusher, MVP. To give me another action, which I will spend doing this again, but I'll choose science this time, which is only 2. But influence is all the way along, so we might as well try and get science to something else. Yeah, discard Bozeman, thank you. And we've got 1 more action left. So, could just get rid of this. Just 2 points, isn't it? Gaining an ally is worth 3 points. I haven't got a ship in any location, so you're no good. That will log the Guardian. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, well, hand size isn't as big anymore. I'm alright with that. We'll gain a crystal and then do nothing else, because I can't do anything else with that. So you could spend a crystal to draw 2 cards. If there's nothing exciting, you can get rid of the thing, or we just get the ally that's worth 3 points. No, spend a crystal to draw 2 cards. I can't gain the influence. Discard one of them. Set a course. I haven't got any people. Get a person. Yeah, keep that. Can't gain the influence. So I can put a card on top of my deck to gain a person, or we get rid of the... So the person's only worth 2. Oh yeah, the ally's extra points for Picard, isn't it? Oh yeah. Take back. Yeah, use your action on that then. I keep forgetting about Picard. But then I've lost diplomacy, but if Data was around, that'd be great. So you can go... You can go in the discard pile. Right. You can get discarded as well, as long with all the stuff that I played. Ready all of you lot again. Then, the game's ending, but I've got one more turn. Place Glory. On an ally, I think. Emerald Chain. You may free play a business. Sounds like he wants that. Discard and draw. 5, because I got rid of the thing. Without thinking too much. Development. Right. I've got loads of everything. So, surely, no matter what, I just want the thing that's points for influence, right? This is with 7 points. This phasing cloak. Deploy this card. Free play a ship. You ignore all deploy. Like, yeah, it's not. Oh, find a person and log it. Is the other development cost. But oh yeah, use Picard's thing. Thank you, because I'm discarding anyway, aren't I? He might as well be on the ship. Oh no, there's no. I haven't got a. I haven't got a ship. Unfortunately. Yeah, just points wise, this card's worth 7 points, isn't it? The ability's not particularly amazing. But for 2 crystals, and then find a person and log it. Probably Worf, right? Or Riker. I think Worf. Sorry, Worf. You've been very useful. Just because it's worth so many points. So that goes on top of the deck and then gets drawn. And yeah, you're the new deck. And then we get another. I haven't got the ships. Oh well. It's for the very end. Okay. Shran, you get control of something. Your ship needs to go away. And then you've just taken control of location, no tags. Log the top card of the bot deck. Discard the top 2 cards of the bot deck. It's got another location out. Then 3 cards, because it's the end of the game. So 1, 2, and the third one is going to be an upgraded one. So, number 1. It's a person. Attack, though, comes first. Send a away team to a neutral location, so it's worth the most points. 5. You discard the top card of your deck. If it's a person, it's not. Otherwise, they gain a military. If this card is a person, promote it to duty officer. So they've got another duty officer again. You haven't got space to be promoting these people. Go here. And now they have got a duty officer. Card number 2. Ongoing. They don't care about that, do they? They care about directive. If able to do both, log a controlled location and remove 2 people to take an encounter. No. Otherwise, gain a cargo stroke ship. So the most valuable, 2 points, 1 point. They'll take the cargo. Oh, you're 2 points as well, so leftmost. I know if it's 2 of the same, they prioritize the one with tokens on, right? Yeah, in case of a tie, the card with resources on is more valuable. So they take this. The middle one is most... Oh yeah, it's got endgame, thank you. Are they're both 5 then, aren't they? So I think he still goes leftmost. 5-5-1, I think. But he takes this one because they were tied, but there was a token on it. So he takes this and gets the glory. And that's it for that card. And then finally... attack. Send a guy to a neutral location. You discard the top card of your deck. It's a directive. He gains a military. It's not a person. Okay. That's him. And then he needs to make something more valuable. 2, 2, 7, 4. So leftmost one, I think. He puts it on. For my last turn. What lets me draw cards? So it might be a ship, but what about the Nobulans here? I can scan 3 of person. What if one scores for influence? Is a big 7-pointer? If any are. Oh, yeah, one right there. Admiral Nechev. You may warp a ship. You may free play a directive from your hand or discard pile up to 3 times. Beam a card to a ship. Resupply. Draw a card for each ops you have in play. None. Spend a crystal to warp any number of ships. They're great, but 7 points. I'm gonna gain her. Yep. And you guys go on the bottom of the deck. And then log this ally. So we've still got 2 actions. Then so I can free play a directive. Yeah, but you've used the action to do that. She's good for having a ship. So why not gain her to the discard pile? Because you don't want to use her ability. You can put her out, but you haven't got any ships to warp. I'd like a ship. Take an incident to gain a ship. That's looking alright, because that ship's worth 7 points. And I could do its thing. Requires 7 research. Draw a card. Duplicate the play operation of a ship from the market or any player's fleet area. Haven't got a ship out. Discard a telepath to deploy and warp the ship. It's worth 7 points, though. Shall we see what's on top of the deck? So I don't need to play that. Well, dismissing it's worth 2 points. You'll let me draw a card, then discard a card. Because I don't need this card. Let's do the 4-point draw. It's data. Yeah, you haven't got the Enterprise to promote someone. You need the incident that lets you promote someone. Okay, then let's take an incident to gain a ship. Do I want to get rid of it? Yeah. So we'll discard the phasing cloak to return the incident and get a glory. Thanks, Dr. Crusher. And Data's just going to have to sit here looking pretty, isn't he? 2 off, making the science cards worth more. Still got an action, haven't I? We've got 1 action. So we can gain a person, 3 points, possibly more. Send a person somewhere, that's not any good. Well, why don't we draw a card? It's the Enterprise B. So if you played that, you'd get a glory. Yeah, better to gain the person than to discard data. If I'd drawn the other Enterprise, I would have kept data. And we will put a card on top of your deck. Oh no. Yeah, we can either put a card on top of your deck to gain a person. We either take the 3-point guy or the mystery guy. Or we could take this ally that's worth 4/5. But would get me an incident. It depends what the point on top is worth, doesn't it? We don't know. Okay, thank you. I haven't taken the ship, have I? Ship should have been in the discard or wherever. I did the incident to get the ship and then forgot about taking the ship. I've already had the ship, I think. I played the card and took the incident, but I didn't take the ship. I have done all the stuff. So I can either play this for 1 point, that's no good, and send 1 person out. Or yes, the option is take an incident and get that ally. So it would be worth 4, 5, 3. Or I could just take this guy that's worth 3 points. Or we could risk, might be a person worth more than 3 points. I'm going to go for the risk. That it's someone worth more than 3 points. Gain a person? It's an influence person. It's River. Looks familiar. I've seen the episode, is it? Right. Great turn. Clean up, resolve Stardate, put a glory on something, make it something that's not worth a ton. Discard and draw. Do I need to draw? I suppose I could have got, like, the only reason you'd want to draw, I suppose, is you might get a development at this point, but I haven't got enough 4, 5. They make me, if they do loads of attacks on me, maybe. Right. So you are not taking control of anything. You've got 3 cards. Use them wisely. Synthetic, you don't care about that. Person. Log the top card of the bot deck. Gain an influence. Gain a military. Take a ship or ally. 4 points, 3 points. They'd take the ally, wouldn't they? Because it's not greater than, it's just most valuable thing. Okay. That's 1 down. Card number 2. It's a weapon. Junk the most valuable card in the market, ignoring any with tokens. 2, 3. It's you. He seems familiar. To do with some kind of negotiations or something. Well, you could say that about a lot of the episodes, couldn't you? But he's not lost his memory. People been at war or something? Again, that could be a lot of the episodes. I'd remember if I looked it up. You could say that about a lot of facts. Send a person to a neutral location. Either you take an incident or remove a person. I'm going to have to take an incident, but thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to use Dr. Beverly Crusher one more time. Ha ha ha. Zephram Cochrane. Engineer, human, pilot. Nope, doesn't care about those things. So person again. Log the top card of the bot deck. Gain an influence. Gain a military. Take a ship stroke ally. Ship's worth 3 points. The final ally is worth 3 points. He favours the one with the most tokens on. Takes that. Get rid of all of your stuff. Puts a thing out, but why? His chorus gets... They have to use sign language. Yes. I remember now. Why am I working out where he puts this? It doesn't matter, does it? Right. Score pad, please. My rubbish score from earlier. Well, it should have been more. I wasn't counting it properly. We need both columns anyway, don't we? Right. Points time. Tom versus Shrun. Okay, glory. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. How much has he got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11, 12, 14. Then, what do you mean as a symbol? Oh, every person out, every ship that's still out is worth some points. 1 point each on neutral locations. I haven't got any. He has got 3 people still out on neutral locations. He also gets a point for his resources. I'll pop that down here. He didn't get any resources, so don't worry about it. Then endgame operations. Visible endgame operations. I have just got Picard. So we are looking for allies. That means all cards that are allies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not a great thing for endgame scoring. The bot scores 5 points each, whether they're in play or not. So there's 1 right there. Whether they're in play or not, and whether he satisfies the conditions or not. But so far... Why did I put these in face down? To annoy myself now. It doesn't look like he's grabbed any more, though. He's just got that that location there from his reserve. So he gets 5 points for that. Then... points on my cards, because now it doesn't matter, does it, where your cards are? It only matters for where the end game cards are. So we'll leave question mark cards. I've got 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, 22, 20. Lots of these, though. 22. But I'm looking forward to the next bit of scoring. Okay, same for him. Got some question marks there. So 3, 6, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 22, 24. This is like the lowest difficulty, isn't it? Then, research. So I've got 3 cards, 3 points each for 9. He has got 1 card times 1 point. Influence is the big boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 7. 42? All right, yeah. I know times tables, honest. He has got 2 times 2 for 4. Then military, he's got 1 times 2 for 2. I've got 1 somehow for 1. And then no resources. He completely ignores the mission. Always scores the special. Oh yeah, because like if you've got multiple missions, oh you have to have completed at least 1 mission. I did the mission. Peace negotiations. So I feel like it's a win. Probably need to bump the difficulty up next time. But always forgetting bits. 25, 47, 56, 98, 99. Not huge. I've done more, I think. In other games, I mean. 14, 17, 22, 46, 47, 51, 53. So a decisive victory against Shran. But he didn't feel like he got to get going as much, did he? But that's probably because of the restrictions to the difficulty. Like, if we were to play on the next difficulty of, is that Lieutenant? And then Commander, Captain, Admiral. If we were to play on the Lieutenant, I don't know that the value changes here, but he would have started getting 3 turns from the 3rd card onward. And then next from the 2nd card onward. And 4 for the last card. So it's just like more actions getting resolved. 3 from the very start of the game. 3 from the very start, quickly going to 4, and 5 at the very end of the game. So he's playing more and more cards and getting more and more things. And you can see that, like, at times it looked like his deck was getting pretty huge, but it quickly rattles down, especially when he gets a duty officer out, until he does something that's going to get rid of that, or maybe I do an attack that gets rid of it for him. Like, he quickly thinned out that deck, log in loads of the cards, which still makes them worth points for you. But there we go. Ultimately, a successful and fun go at captain's chair, and like the fact that I've got loads of other games interrupting things all the time means that I'm probably gonna forget half of what I've tried to remember here. But hopefully, we'll be back soon. If you'd like to see some more of it, maybe I should just put it straight back in the vote for April while I still can, while it's still in my head, and we'll do something else. Although, like, I don't know, because it's only like the basis of your deck and what they basically do, and that Picard is like kind of simple. That like getting to grips with Picard, I could do something like we can just be against a different bot. Definitely turn the difficulty up at least a notch, right? Could go against a different bot. Could try a different character altogether, but then I'd be learning a brand new character. We'll see. Maybe we'll. Our cadet scores are usually much higher anyway. I suppose like because you're not limited by the glory are you in the cadet game. You're not in the main game because you take it all from the supply at the end. But yeah, I'm generally used to cadet. I think I've only done like a couple of proper bot things, and they were a while ago, as I say. Things happened, and my captain's chair plans got interrupted. But there we go. Thank you all for being here. Thanks, Lynette. Thanks everyone for your help. Thank you for joining in and keeping me remembering all of the bits, because yeah, even just playing normally, I'd forget half of the keywords and stuff. but I definitely wouldn't have spotted all the times I tried to discard cards that I had out and should have been using. So there we go. That is it from me for now. Let's see. On Friday, there is a pre-recorded playthrough of the solo mode of not Captain's Chair. This is Captain's Chair. Galactic Cruise, which apparently I get confused at while I'm trying to say the title of one of the others. It's a fantastic big Euro game, also about space, but taking people on nice cruises and stuff. And that's another one that I want to be. That's another one that I want to do a few things of while I've kind of got it in my head, and also like there's expansions and stuff we can turn on that. But yeah, a solo playthrough of Galactic Cruise on Friday. On Patreon, there's a playthrough of Ironwood going up. There'll be a new episode of Iridia on Sunday. Whichever one happened a couple of days ago, one more on I think it's like number 5 will go up on YouTube, number 6 on Patreon. Yeah, I would really appreciate your support. And there's filming and learning of other games going on in the background. There's baby preparations and stuff happening. It's all kicking off, isn't it? Thank you so much, everyone. Have lovely weeks and stuff. I'll see you in pre-recorded form, and there'll be another lovely live next week with something, won't there? Have lovely times. Bye, everyone. Yeah, be excellent to each other. Bye, bye, bye.